I have the stream up and running now.
Hola.
We are just a little bit behind, and there's a little bit of noisy construction. So, if it's heard, I don't know what it is that they're doing, but they've been doing something in that room for going on what 3 years now, hun. It's like I don't know what it is they're working on, but there's constantly drilling and grinding and something in that room.
Honestly,
But
they're not doing construction. It's just a dungeon.
listen, it very
Mm-hmm.
well could be because it always seems to be right around 6 to 9 o'clock that they do it. You know, reasonable hours to be doing construction and work just doesn't exist for these people. But
Any screaming?
no, no screaming. So it's plus it's upstairs. That's a weird place to put a sex dungeon. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can want those to be like a basement area.
Yeah,
I mean, I never said sex dungeon.
oh, it's
Could
weird.
But
just be a
still,
serial
basement
killer.
area.
Jeffrey
It's yeah,
Dahmer
it's
this
still a
shit.
weirder place for a dungeon, you know. But either way, hi everyone. We're here. We're alive. We didn't really do intros last week, but we can do intros this week. So I'm the storyteller. I'm Rindis. Hello, hi. I'm not that important. These people are important. So
No, you're very important.
important people that
You're the
aren't
whole reason we
me.
have a story.
Important people that aren't me as I dramatically flourish and feign my lack of um, go ahead and introduce yourselves, my lovelies, starting with Kay because she's already talking and I'm going to put her in the hot seat.
Hey, it's Kay. And also Roman, my dog, who is wandering around the room now.
The best boy.
Ah, now he's sitting. Um, where was I? I was talking about a dog.
You are introducing
Oh.
yourself now.
Hey, it's Kay. I'm here and I'm queer and I'm playing July. Um, yeah, that's really it. You can find me on Twitch at Hijinxicle with two X's. Um, it's HIJINXXCLE. And most other places I'm that as well. I haven't been posting a lot recently, so that kind of stuff. Anyways, yeah, on to the next person. I do have my July notes, so we can do that whenever we do the recap.
Yeah.
I'll go. Hi everyone, I'm Shay or Shay the Fan on Twitch and PartyWipeGames, and I am playing Ashley Preston. Um, Currently under the weather and not feeling all that great, so I'm probably going to be very quiet and likely mostly absent for this episode. So
We can
spotlight's
always
going
do
to
a
be on
shorter
other
one
people.
too, if you're not feeling too well.
I got a stuffy nose and I'm just not at my best, so.
Oh, but you're always the best.
We'll do what we can.
Fun.
Popcorn
Yes.
over to everybody else.
I guess I'll be everybody else. Hey everybody, I'm Duke93. I do art, I play games. I'm currently playing Joanna Cassandra Campbell, well, who is currently quite upset because people were doing the dumb things, except for Ashley. She was trying to stop the dumb things. The next person.
Hello, I am Sharptooth, also known as Brian. I am playing Harvey, the drone pilot, who tends to be a little chaotic. We can get this show on the road.
Get this show on the road. All right, well then it sounds like it's time for a July recap.
Sorry, I was turning on some lights. Give me a second.
Oh no, she
Best
wasn't
recap
prepared
ever.
at all. She wasn't prepared at
Yes.
all.
No, I am. I have it sitting
I'm
in front
teasing
of
you.
me.
I'm teasing you.
I have it sitting in front of me. I'm just not sitting.
Ah, there you go.
Okay, hold on. Gotta get comfy in my chair. Give me a moment.
Yay.
Almost there. Jinx! Not Jinx. That rhymed, I meant
Jinx,
to
jinx,
say.
double jinx.
I meant to say that rhymed, but I guess Jinx works. Okay. So, last session was session 7. We had just left the thingy thing, the sandstorm. Rindis died. And then, now we start the session notes. July be disassociating and remembering her first time witnessing a neurocaster. We're driving. It's been a few hours. Joe is driving, Ashley is in the passenger seat, keeping herself busy. Fucking Harvey is playing music, so I slam it off. We are going to Prim, but might make a stop for food in Lone Pine, heading to the Blackwell exclusion zone. Ashley takes out a neurocaster, and I ask her to stop, but she puts it on anyways. July wants to get off in the next town. Ashley starts to sing a song. July covers her ears and is gripping her hair. Too much noise! Up ahead, there's a flickering neon sign that says, Flicker and Fade Diner, next exit. Joe is trying to talk to her, but July just wants to get out. Everything around the diner is crumbled except for the diner itself. Maeve is the owner of the diner. July goes to the bathroom, the others get a booth. July wants to get high. Voices are too loud and she's very overstimulated. July, I was about to say, but Joe comes to July in the bathroom. July doesn't know this, but Clippy opened the register and is trying to entice Harvey to steal from the diner. Joe and July are talking, and Joe, quote, convinces, quote, her to stay with them. She then gets high as fuck. Harvey stole moolah, and Joe tried to stop him. May noticed July is still in the bathroom getting high. July gives Ashley $20 for pancakes, and then is let out by Joe. Ashley buys them pancakes and a meat-like patties. Woo! And granted, this is all from July's point of view, so there are all stuff that has been left out, but that is what happened from July's point of view.
Yeah.
The end.
Clippy's a bad influence for Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we tried to give him his own kind of place to go, I think he hitched a ride. We'll see what else happens with him.
So, to add some things to the July recap, Harvey fixed an old holo TV, spoke with Clippy, Clippy opened the register, Harvey made a very bad decision, Joe caught Harvey making the bad decision, she made him put the money back, and they left before the town people could, get really angry at us.
Was it a bad decision or was it stuff that we needed?
Those can be
If it's
synonymous.
just arrested and everything taken away, then it's a horrible decision.
The two things, bad decision and things that we need, don't have to be one or the other. They can happen at the same time.
Yeah.
That's the word. I said synonymous. Is that the same?
It still counts, yeah.
Cool.
Also, the diner was very busy too, so like 30 people saw him do it.
Hey, I go with 2 wrongs make a left.
May not be very busy, but it was inhabited and quite unhidden.
Number 1, it was busy. B, we need the money.
Yep. All in all, still not correct, accurate. Still accurate. There is no real correct here. It's just, it happened.
Everything is wrong.
Everything is awful.
Oh, I was gonna do the This world is a wasteland where nothing can grow.
All right, well, of course this is when Shay steps away, so why should
It's okay, I'll step away for a second and grab a drink.
Alrighty, we'll give it a few minutes then for everyone to be ready.
I mean,
no,
I'll
go
be
ahead.
in the same room, but...
Go.
I'm just saying you'll still be able to hear me when I'm far away.
Alrighty.
You're so far!
You're so far.
I'm also using my theater voice and projecting.
Ooh.
We miss you already.
Miss her already.
Do not fret, I have returned.
Can still hear her voice on the wind.
We were so lonely
Sounds like
without
she's still
you.
here with us.
Alright, well, I'm going to play it as if Ashley is asleep in the back. Somebody else is driving.
Hey.
Hmm?
Joe is driving. Ashley is in the passenger seat, keeping herself busy.
Ashley is asleep in the passenger seat and Joanne is driving.
Did you even listen to my recap?
Yeah, I just chose
I'm
not to acknowledge it.
And how much of your recap can we trust due to the fact
You
that
know,
you're kind of...
it is quite an unreliable narrator.
Hey, that's the whole point.
Anyways, so we pick up largely where we left off a couple weeks back. The drive from the diner has continued on with relative silent tension from a number of unresolved issues from the group.
Other than July humming, singing, and dancing.
Unresolved tension because everybody kind of is dealing with their own shit and it's very awkward and it's only been a few hours since some traumatic events that have happened. Disassociating and drug-induced euphoria notwithstanding, the mood is still quite tense. Joanne, you continue to drive and the rain has started to let up, making the road to Prim a bit easier. But it is one of those things where you notice the gas is starting to get low, but it's not quite on E yet. There may be a gas station up ahead if you continue on this road. But first things first, you're going to notice that there is an obstacle on the road ahead. Since it's early evening and there's no real indicators that there is going to be road work ahead. It looks like whatever, usually like when there's road work on the side of a highway, there's usually like the cones and one of those big boards that, you know, has the flashing lights to signal that it's there. You pass one of those, but it's off. It looks like, you know, whatever was powering it had died a while back, or, you know, had been left unattended long enough that it had shut off on its own. But as you're approaching, you see that it's blocked. This highway has gone down to more or less just a, you know, 2-lane road, one coming, one going. But the construction has blocked the thoroughfare, and a crew with a large truck is parked in such a way that it is blocking the ability to drive on either side of the road, and looks as if they had been laying down new tarmac. Drawing closer, it seems that no work is being done on the road currently, as the crew that is out here with this truck are all wearing Neurocaster helmets, and they seem to be lost in a neuronic daydream. One is standing in the middle of the road besides the truck, another is just sitting on the ground, and a third is lying flat on their back.
We got some fucking zombies ahead.
Yeah, and also the truck's blocking the way.
Well, I'll just get out right now, and she starts reaching for the door handle and ask them to move it.
It's not the best idea.
Um,
They seem to be in a stupor for the Neurocasters, which, if you interrupt, people react violently.
She like reaches into her boot and she goes, "It's okay, I got my gun." I can just like pick him up, throw him over my shoulder, and bring him to the side of the road. Hotwire the truck, and move it out of the way.
I actually have to agree with her. I mean, the truck does have gas.
If we're lucky, it does. Joe's gonna turn the car off and pocket the keys. So we should check the truck first, see if the keys aren't in there.
Well, first, do we want to make sure that none of these guys are about to wake the fuck up and beat us?
Bryn, how healthy do these people look at the moment?
They look.
Are they like really sunburned?
Yeah, because this is you're in the Mojave, so that's a really good question. As the vehicle pulls over and you turn the engine off, getting a closer look at them, they do look a tad sunburned. The skin around their lips look cracked and caked from dehydration, and it looks like they've been out here for a while. They're a little pinkish red, where the skin is visible.
It's probably at least a day.
So I can just like pick him up and move him? Or do you want me to hotwire the truck first to make sure it has gas?
I think we should just check the truck first. Joe's just
All
gonna
right.
hand the keys over to Ash. Like, be prepared to get going and to drive and pick us up if something bad happens, Ash.
Ashley currently has the keys. I will make a note of that.
Yeah, Joe's gonna get out the truck.
Okay, Joe has exited the...
No car, no truck.
Yeah. Joe has
July's
exited
been
the
out
car.
by now.
Harvey will follow. So
I am under the impression everybody besides Ashley is out of the vehicle.
Harvey, can you tell what kind of signal's going on in the area at the moment?
I'll definitely try to do that. Can I actually check like what's going on with their neurocasters actually?
Yeah, you want to get a little closer and check out one of the neurocasters?
Can
While that's
I
happening,
wirelessly kind of connect to them?
You want to wirelessly connect to one of the neurocasters.
Yes.
All right, let's attempt to hack into it. There is a short-range Wi-Fi that connects all of these neurocasters. The World Wide Web, as it were.
All right.
I don't know if this will be a quick roll, but I just want to say July's heading over to the truck to start hot wiring it.
Okay. Yep, you can head to the truck while Harvey is neurocasting.
Cool.
I just want a general feed of what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Why does the music keep cutting out?
Ooh.
Good job.
There's 1-6.
There is 1-6.
1-6 is still a success, which is the way this system works. That is all you need. The ones only count when you're pushing. So, Harvey, you are able to get into one of the neurocasters. Frankly speaking, this is one of the simulations that exists through the neurocasters. Most of the time when people get lost in the neuroscape, they are... I'm trying to think of the right word to put this without it sounding worse than it is. It's a lot of escapism types of simulations, going to exotic locations, being on a cruise ship, or exploring space. Things that will give you an escape from the shitty reality that is the world around them. The sensory overloads bring on that euphoric state, and while there are more perverse and depraved versions of these, escapes, it seems like the construction worker that you dove into, he is currently on a beach on some tropical island, enjoying a sunset with a drink in hand and a beautiful woman nearby, keeping him company. And it seems like that's really all it is. He's just sitting on a beach having the time of his life, not having to worry about doing any construction.
Um, yeah. So I think I'm just going to kind of go up to them and go, "Lovely day we're having, man, with it."
Are you
If
talking
I can
to
enter.
are you talking to the person, or are you moving your avatar to go talk to them?
I'm gonna move the avatar over to talk to them.
Okay. What does Harvey's avatar look like? We haven't ever really addressed that.
Oh, we're gonna go with kind of more of a fit, slightly nerdish redhead.
Okay. So, nerdy male redhead.
Yes.
All right. Um, there she is.
Are we live?
Shay walked in.
Yes.
I was about to go check on her. So I'm just checking the inside of here. So they really communicate with other variants by speaking to them like in the real world. Okay, yeah, there's nothing really that needs to be done until you try to persuade them or try to harm them inside of the neuroscape. So that's fun, isn't it? Yeah,
I
so
know.
yeah, so this guy inside of the neuroscape, he kind of looks up. He's in shorts, sandals, a nice Hawaiian shirt, and he kind of looks up and he's like, no thanks, I don't need any more to drink. I'm currently good. And he kind of waves you off.
Actually, I'm just kind of wondering how long you plan to sit in the sun for.
He looks up and he says, as long as I want to. The hell are you on about?
I mean, you look a little burned. I was actually wondering, did you realize you're actually not exactly on a beach?
He looks a little annoyed when you try to burst his bubble. And he says, look, buddy, I don't know who you think you are, but I paid good money for this experience. And I don't need some ginger nerd coming in and ruining my fucking good time. So why don't you buzz
Yeah.
off?
Well, the thing is, you're kind of in our way in the real world. And if you remain in the sun too long
What are
in the
you
real world,
talking about? I'm here on this beautiful island enjoying my drink and you're bothering my lady friend. Get out of here before I make you leave.
are you sure she's your lady friend?
Yeah.
And can
I need you to try and make a roll, because not only are you upsetting him, but now you're trying to convince him that he is not in the neuroscape.
I was going to actually do something. I was going to change her into a dude if I can actually mess with the neuroscape a little bit.
Let's handle this first because you are talking to him, so we will handle what his reaction will be to you telling him. But please give me an empathy roll. And do you have the gamer talent?
Do the gamer talent. Oh.
If not, just roll empathy like normal.
Well, technically, I have techno bevel, so if I'm trying to convince him, I can use a wisdom instead of convincing someone.
No, this won't apply.
This one won't apply.
Nope.
All right, fair enough. I have a 2 empathy. This is gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
So I only get to roll 2d6.
Okay, so
there
is one success, but they are going to be opposing because you're trying to really burst their bubble. Why is this not what I was looking at? I just lost what I was looking at. Where? Oh, there we go. Interacting. Okay. So he is opposing because you are trying to mess with his good time. If you succeed, you are going to deal damage equal to the graphics attribute of your neurocaster. But I need to roll for them to see. They are going to roll wits. So I love having to jump between pages. 162.
Mm-hmm.
Wits is 2 dice as well. So let's see what we get here. 2d6. All right, so there is. You succeed in pointing that out, and I'm not going to have you roll to change it because I like that idea. When you are like, hey, you know, are you sure she's there? What do you change her into?
I'm going to change her into a version of himself.
So you're just
as
he might be into that.
As a dirty construction worker of him on the outside.
So you're just changing it to the reflection of him on the outside.
Pretty much.
Okay. And I do. How much is the graphics for your neurocaster?
It is a 3.
There's a 3. Okay, so health is the strength plus agility divided by 2, if I remember correctly. 3. Okay. Yeah, that's a shock to the system, is the best way to put this. When you are like, are you sure? And then you change it to be a reflection of him, and he's like, oh shit. Oh no, this is all wrong. And you see that it starts to flicker, and he tries to start clawing at his scalp as if to get at the neurocaster. Outside in the real world, Joanne and July, who's busy looking for a way to get into the car keys. Oh my god, I just pulled a bunch of hair out of my scalp. What the fuck? Sorry. I was dealing with a knot and I grabbed more hair than I meant to. Ugh. TMI.
Well, you're getting into the roleplay.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Shay, welcome back. Recap, you guys have pulled over because there is construction work blocking the road and keeping you all from continuing on. Joanne pulled over, parked the vehicle because there is a large truck and 3 construction workers who currently have neurocasters on that are hindering your ability to continue. Harvey has dived into the neurocaster of the nearest construction worker and is currently fucking with his head. And July is about to try the door and see if she can get into the vehicle to hotwire it. Which, July, I kept you waiting long enough because I wanted to have Harvey finish. The door is locked because any sensible person, especially in an apocalypse, makes sure their doors are locked.
Um. Could she would turn around and look at the others and say, "Hey, does anyone have a hanger? Preferably the metal kind."
Anybody carrying a hanger on them?
Don't. Are the windows opened at all, or is it just rolled up and locked?
They are rolled up and locked.
Well,
This used to be a
Yeah.
reputable operation before they decided to take a neurocaster break and not come back from it.
I was hoping
Yeah,
they had it rolled
July,
down just a little for the airflow, but no.
she would have checked if that was the case. I would assume.
Would have checked what?
If the windows were down
The
before
windows.
trying to
Yeah,
open
the
the door.
windows are not down. The doors are locked.
What kind of truck is it?
It's a construction truck. One of the. So it would be. They're laying down, tarmac for it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a work truck that would
Like one of those.
transport them. And then I don't know the different types of trucks, but it's one that looks like
I
it would
guess.
have been able to lay down, the gravel, and then it doesn't have like the tar and stuff in the back of it, but it looks like these are the guys that are doing the prep work for the truck that brings the tar to go down. So they largely have just like a flatbed in the back with a bunch of tools
Okay.
and stuff to dig and smooth out the ground.
Yeah. I guess I was more so wondering if it's more like pickup truck or is it like
It's a
construction vehicle?
Something like
Yeah,
this,
something
except
something
with a
like that.
price
A
box.
larger flatbed with that would have dirt and stuff in it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool.
Do the back windows open?
Let's see, let's see. You said there were tools and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm.
want to see if there's any tool that can help me try and get this door unlocked.
Yeah, there's a very heavy object that could smash the window open if you really
Well,
wanted to.
I was thinking less heavy object, more like
Are they carrying tools for breaking and entering into a vehicle? No.
not yeah, okay. Um, do any of them have the keys on them? I would
That
look
is
to
a
the
that is
others
a
and say,
great
"Hey,
question.
can anyone look to see if there are like any fucking giant ass truck keys or something on these
Yeah,
guys?"
right.
Ashley, you're currently sitting in the front seat of a car. Are you doing anything as well?
Um, I feel like Ashley is just kind of. I'm just observing for now. If it looks like any of them need help with anything, I can. I feel like she'll be like just leaning against the car. Probably um, has her backpack slung. The handgun is probably at her side, but just there, but um, but remaining holstered and everything. Um, and I feel like she's just kind of observing, like arcing an eyebrow, just watching this unfold. And if anyone needs her help, she's there. If she can easily jump into the neuroscape. She can do whatever.
Okay. At the prompting of checking to see if anybody has any keys, the construction worker nearest to Harvey starts screaming. He starts screaming and he starts clawing at his neurocaster. And it's not long before he rips the neurocaster weakly from his face and throws it across the way. Um, with it torn off, he starts to cough and wheeze and double over in pain because being so violently ripped from the neuroscape is not a very fun or easy process for a person, especially one that is suffering from dehydration and severe sunburns.
Okay, now realizing that they were in a very bad position health-wise, Ashley will start to approach, and she'll lean down, and she's going to offer, like, a flask with water, and just be like, easy now. I'm going to be making a good impression if I can.
I will say that, unfortunately, the position that he is not responsive to your attempts to hand him water, and he flails out at you, flying into a rage, because Harvey had forced him from his euphoric state, and a byproduct of being addicted to neurocasters is you become a slave to them, and it becomes evident in the bloodshot, crazed look in his eyes. So, Ashley, he is going to take a swing at you within close combat, and it's going to be 4 dice. And that's going to be 1 success. The way combat works is you have the option to take the hit, or you can forego your turn to try and defend against it.
I'm going to defend.
All right, so it would be an opposed roll. Which, let's see here, hold on, close combat. So you take the fight action, or fight back, which is a reaction that turns the attack into an opposed roll. It cannot be chosen by an incapacitated or unaware target. Only the attacker can push the rolls. If the attacker rolls more damage, so you would roll strength in opposition. And if you have any weapons, you get a weapon bonus for it. It does include the gun you're currently holding, because it defaults to all weapons being a strength roll.
How much
Once
is
the commotion
gun?
started, I pulled out my gun, by the way.
Well, let's resolve one thing at a time.
Sorry, I was just letting you know.
We can handle that afterwards.
Combat. Gun.
I want to say...
+2.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to say it gives you just a +2.
A defend.
Okay, so there is a defend, and I will say that he is going to push. And he's the only one who can push, and it will be 2 dice because he can't roll that 1. Or that 6. But no successes. If the attacker and the target roll the same number of successes, they fight tooth and nail, but nobody gets the upper hand and no one gets hurt. Yet. So, that being said, the way this plays out for everybody around, he is freaking the fuck out. He rips the neurocaster from his head, and Ashley comes over holding some water to try and help him. He is in a state of hysterical rage and is inconsolable. And in that time, while he is freaking out, he takes a swing at Ashley, and Ashley, taking a step back, pulls the trigger of her gun in defense, and the shot goes wide, but he isn't able to actually strike her either. With that said, the sequence of events now are the other two start to move. It seems like the disruption of one's neurocaster has kind of interrupted the neurocaster for the other two, and they start to freak out and get up as well. So now, currently, there is one standing near Joanne and one laying on the ground near Harvey's feet. I will give everybody else a chance to do something, and then I will have them act. So Ashley chose her her turn to be reactive in defending herself. What do the other three do? One at a time, please.
July, upon the commotion starting, she would pull out her gun, but not like shoot or anything, just have it out and hop away from the truck. So that she's like, I guess, trying to not be as suspicious, because in her mind, okay, someone just woke up and they're currently screaming at me because I am trying to get into the truck. So she would quickly hop back and ready her gun, but that's all.
Next up, Joanne or Harvey?
So, you can tell that they're having the neurocaster reaction, right?
Mm-hmm. This is all happening around all of you. There's no hiding what's happening. They are freaking out because Harvey had jacked in and disrupted one of their neurocasters, and it triggered off of it and upset all three of them.
So, Joe's gonna call to Harvey, like, Harvey, the fuck happened? Did something set them off? And then she's gonna try to pin the arms of the one that's closest to her so they can't hurt us.
Okay.
Alright. Would I have actually disconnected quickly from the neurocaster as well?
Yeah, that session disconnected.
Sorry, Joe, was your turn done? Seems like you want to say something else.
Do I roll to try to hold the guy, or is that just...
If you are trying to restrain him, it will be an opposed roll.
Okay.
So please give me a strength roll. And I will do the
I
same.
can still hear. I'm gonna be away from my mic for a second.
Okay.
Could I also use the bonus from my axe as well to help with this?
Yes. Yeah, the weapon will count.
Yay.
It looks like one success.
Yep.
You are the initiator, so you will be able to push. He is going to take his turn to defend. With one success, would you like to push?
Yes. So I get to roll 2 dice.
3?
3 dice. You better face it.
So
Weird.
2 hope damage for you.
Those are D4s.
Oh, well, never mind. Please re-roll.
It would work much better if I had
Listen,
D6s.
hey. Okay, no hope damage. I will take it. And it kind of is the same thing. You try to restrain this individual still with the neurocaster around their head with the axe, but they are a bit stronger than you. They break free of it fairly easily, but they spend their time fighting you off in this grapple as you try and lunge at them with the axe. Harvey, what would you like to do?
So I would like to actually defend myself and try to actually smack the guy with the blunt end of the butcher's cleaver we have when I got those kitchen knives.
Okay, so you have a butcher's knife.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have the fencer feet.
All right, so you're going to attack one of them with a knife.
Yes.
Which one are you attacking? The one near you or the one that was attacking Ashley? Or Joanne, for that matter.
Go with the one near me.
Okay.
Also, just would like to note, I think he said with the other side, therefore the blunt side.
Yes, he did say the blunt end.
Yes, I did say the blunt side.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to make sure.
Nope, we heard it.
So the fencer gives me 2. What does the...
You would have a default +2 for most. Most weapons give a +2.
Okay, so that's 4 plus my strength.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And this one will defend as well.
Knife skills a +1.
Oh, well then +1 for the knife. Thank you. I was like, usually they're a +2 just from the way the old systems worked. But
Once again, I'll be away from my mic for a second.
all right.
1 success.
Wow. All right. This is your guys' lucky days. I am just rolling like shit today. So it would be a success. You can push if you want to get more, but you don't have to because you're doing it.
Nope, just slapping him with the blunt end of the blunt end, not necessarily to kill him.
All right. If the attack succeeds, it inflicts the weapon's base damage on the target +1 for every success rolled beyond the first.
Knife gives you 2.
So you would inflict 2 damage to them with the blunt end of the knife.
Yep. Just a good old smack to the face.
All right. Oh, actually, I was wrong. Range
3.
combat does roll agility. Chris lied to me when we played that. That's fine.
Also, can you hear me?
Yes, we can still hear you.
Okay. To comment on the 2 damage with the blunt end, you hit one of his sunburns and it hurt like a bitch.
Sure, why not? Either way, Harvey smacks him with the knife. So all of this plays out in sequence. We go back to kind of the way things are with you all. Ashley, I'll give you the first go of it because the others had acted, but it's a new round now. What are you doing now that this one is very agitated and trying to hurt you?
You said they're unresponsive to.
They are unresponsive. Okay. They are in a rage.
In that cake. I feel like I basically shout, "Wake the fuck up! Machine Gun's trying to control you!" And then I'm going to kick him in the groin and try to hit him on the back of the head with the blunt end of the gun to try and knock him out.
Okay. You have the option to push.
Nope. It's a bad day for me.
And 3 hope lost.
Yep.
How much hope do you have left?
I still have 3 hope.
Okay. They basically do not get hit by that. Or, you know what? You kick them square in the balls, but it doesn't seem to do anything to them. They are so far gone and in this rage that they don't feel it. But they aren't gonna try to fight back just yet. Actually, you know what? I might as well, because it doesn't make sense not to. I would just be rolling later. They are gonna fight back. So let's see.
In that case, Ashley's just like panic shouting, "Machine God's in control!"
Yeah. Anyways, they are fighting back because it just makes sense to do that. Instead of waiting until their turn comes around, they're just going to fight back. You kick him square in the balls, and he brings his fists together, and he just kind of like hammer chops down onto you and clocks you square in the head with it. I want to say unarmed doesn't do much.
It doesn't. It does 1.
Okay. You do 1 plus an additional for every. So you take 2 physical because he had an additional success. All right.
In bad. Okay.
All right. Next up, July. You are currently running.
Well, I just hopped off.
Mm-hmm.
But,
You hopped off, now pop off.
There you go. Well, that, as much as I know this probably wouldn't be the best decision in her current mind state, gotta stay true to the character. I think So Ashley was the one that got damaged. Did she have like a vocal response to it?
She did shout something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, July would point her gun over towards the guy that was attacking her and pop off just once.
Pop, pop.
And she's trying to do a non-lethal and like one of the extremities, but she's also not paying too much attention.
You're shooting a gun. We're not going for non-lethal.
Exactly.
Let's be real.
Well, in her mind, she was like, "Oh my god, I gotta get this guy to stop." So I would think she would think.
Yeah. Again,
But
guns are not really a non-lethal option. So let's not sugarcoat it. Fire
I guess
away.
more for flavor.
What
do I need to roll?
I would say that you are within the short range. Range combat occurs at short range or more and requires some kind of ranged weapon, even if it's just something to throw. Roll for agility. Weapons give bonus gear dice to the roll. Before dice are rolled, the target can choose to stand tall or dodge. If the attack succeeds, I guess they're standing tall because they don't have a reaction.
So you said agility?
Yeah, you're rolling agility plus the equipment bonus.
The 2 for the gun. Hold on, I gotta do math real quick. Okay. Is it /roll or R?
/roll. I mean, R works as well, but...
Okay.
Both.
And then a
Both.
space. Just double checking before I send it. Okay. Seriously?
Do you want to push as the attacker?
Yeah, I'm gonna push. So I can re-roll all of them.
Yep, because there was no one. Yeah, it seems like the dice are very finicky today.
Okay.
1 hope damage,
So I
but
get
you will
minus
have 2.
1.
Yep, but you have 2 successes.
And I'm high, so I have my +2 to my hope, so that means I go to 4 instead.
Okay.
Sorry, I was
no, you're
my
fine.
head.
So you will deal damage to the one that was attacking Ashley, and it will be 1 plus 1, or whatever the damage for the gun is, plus 1 for every success rolled beyond the first, which would be an additional 1 damage.
So 3 damage.
3
Total
damage
of-
altogether.
Total of 4.
Total.
Gun does more damage, yeah.
Total of 4?
Yeah, for the gun.
Okay.
Well,
Ash?
handgun's 2 damage. Unless it's a Magnum revolver.
It is just a handgun.
Yeah, I think I specifically
two
said
Oh,
pistol.
no, yeah, you're right. 3 damage.
Yeah. July has a pistol. Ashley currently found a revolver that only has 2 bullets in it, as we established at the tower. So she shot 1 round off. How much does it do?
3.
3. Okay.
In total, that's...
No.
It started at 2 plus 1. Okay,
Yep,
sorry, just want to make sure.
You're good. Ashley, the one that currently smacked you, you hear another gunshot go off, and then there is a spray of warm blood, skull fragments, and brain matter across your face as the construction worker is missing part of his head, and he slumps over and falls at your feet.
Yeah, I scurry backward and I'm running back towards the car.
Yep.
I don't know if we have movement in this, but the moment that happens, July will too.
All right, so 2 of you start running back towards the car. Joanne, gunshot, a head got blown off, and there is still one that you are currently fighting. What do you do?
I'm just gonna try to knock him out. I'm not gonna use the sharp end of the axe for this.
No, these guys are gone.
Yeah,
Do
but
what you
y'all
gotta
wanna
do.
kill.
Only 1 is gone.
You're welcome.
Okay. Here we go with the close combat. 2 successes.
2 successes. He's gonna not let that happen. 1 success. It does happen. So you're just grappling them?
I'm trying to knock him out.
You knock them out. Okay. Your weapon is not an improvised club. There
It's an
is...
axe, so 2 damage.
Oh, there is an axe. Cool. 2 damage plus 1. You clock them over the head and they go down. They actually don't have a whole lot of health. Because it is the 2 stats and then divided by 2, right? Not crazy about that?
Yes.
Okay.
2 stats divided by 2.
Strength and agility divided by 2. Yeah, so they don't have a whole lot of health. So you clock this one over the neurocaster, and there's like a bit of smoke and some electric sparks, and there's a sound of agonized pain as they slump over and hit the ground.
God damn it.
All right. Yeah, you see Ashley and July both running to the car. Harvey, 2 of these construction workers have been dealt with.
Well, I guess this escalated quicker than I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to smack the guy. I'm just going to say screw it and hit with the sharp end of the cleaver.
Yeah, get him.
Oh, this is going to be gross.
The Chucky doll starts stabbing into the last guy. All right, they're going to try and defend themselves, obviously, which will not be successful.
Knife does 2 damage.
Knife does 2 damage, but he's already inflicted some damage, and he had an extra dice roll. Harvey, the last thing that really happens in this sequence of events is the robot goes fuck it, flips the knife around in hand, and runs it right into the gut of this construction worker. There's a very pain gurgle and probably like this brief moment of realization as their life functions cease. But as they slump over, they are still smiling because they hadn't really been... They were disconnected from the neurocasters, but in that like briefest of moments, that euphoric high kind of came back as everything else was ending, because Harvey was no longer damaging their ability to be in it. But now, as it slips off and goes cold, the program starts back up and they slump over into the fetal position to bleed out with the neurocaster still going. Combat has ended.
I was gonna check the guy's pocket of the guy when she knocked out. Just checking for the keys.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of brevity, this is the one that has the keys on them, because the other 2 ran off towards the other car, and Harvey is, in the man's guts. Yeah, this one has the car keys for the truck.
So just gonna turn the truck, unlock the door, get in it, just turn it on, and just back up so we have enough room to get around it.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, damn gas.
Beep, beep. Yeah, Joanne's never really operated heavy machinery like this before, and it's probably a little awkward as she's, working the stick and reversing, brake, forward, brake, reverse, brake, but eventually gets it off the road. There's still the matter of the 3 corpses on the road.
2 corpses.
2? No, 3.
I
Yeah.
knocked the guy out. I didn't kill him.
Oh, well, 2.5 corpses. 3.
Just gonna-
He's going to die.
2 corpses and 1 unconscious man.
Which
they are still on the side of the road, or on the road.
You said we're about to run over. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but the threat is over. What is everybody else doing while Joanne is moving this vehicle? 2 of you ran back to the car. I feel like that should be addressed.
Threw myself into the car.
After hyperventilating for a bit, Ashley is going to clean the gore off and put an ice pack against her black eye. Or wherever her bruise is.
Mm-hmm.
And then just waiting to calm down.
Are you in the car?
Yes.
Ah. The moment she throws herself into the car, July's like, that was fucking crazy, dude.
You peeked, I didn't hear.
You did peek, yeah.
Oh, sorry. She said, woo! The moment she popped into the car, and she goes, that was fucking crazy, man. Just imagine it with more energy, because that's why I peeked. Because that was energy.
July is wooing while Ashley is wiping a man's skull fragments from her hair.
Are they running diesel or gas?
This is a diesel truck.
Ah.
I mean, not that you went over to check, but you would assume that it's a diesel truck, yeah.
Well, that actually is what I was actually going to check.
You also hear the difference with a diesel than a gas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or if it's very big, usually diesel.
Mm-hmm. It is a big truck, yeah, as we established.
Well, we can't siphon their gas.
Nope.
So,
I mean, I've poured water in my gas can before once, and it worked. For a couple seconds.
Yeah. Runs on water, man. Oh, well.
Oh, that was not in real life. Don't worry, I'm not that stupid.
It's not like putting sugar in your gas tank. Well, I guess I'm going to, check the truck for tools.
Anything in particular you're looking for?
You know, your standard, fix-it sets. Your, general, construction type tools, making sure that we can actually fit that.
Phillips head, flathead, wrench,
I mean,
hammer.
pretty sure we're gonna find all kinds of that stuff. So, axe.
No, you're not going to find an axe. Okay, so looking in the back for the gear, you do find there is. I love how simple they make this. You do find some general tools and some vehicle tools in the back. You also see there's stashed away in the glove box, there is a bottle of hard liquor, a pack of cigarettes. I'm going to just go ahead and assume that you guys are going to continue rifling through some pockets. There's 61. Where'd they go? Okay. d6. So we'll do 3d6. Because why not? I'm a professional. I know how to actually type out the roll. Times 10. Between them, there's $110. And I want to say there's at least one more good thing for you guys.
So with rifling through the glove box and everything, and kind of looking through this,
let me finish.
I apologize.
That's okay. I want to give you guys one more cool thing out of this. So, you know what? Harvey, roll me a D100 high. We're aiming for high.
Good.
Okay. There's also a first aid kit in there.
Very good.
Okay. So, general tools, vehicle tools, and a first aid kit, and $110. Oh, and hard liquor and cigarettes. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to keep the. I'm going to actually, because they're a danger to the environment, I'm going to toss the cigarettes.
Okay.
My heart.
Making the world a better place.
Yeah.
I know I can't see it.
Harvey
but-
tosses the cigarettes before anybody else notices. I mean, mind you,
So-
Joanne's in the cab of the vehicle, so she can has the chance to say something, but
Okay. So Joe has just been sitting in the front seat since she got the truck moved back. She's just going to turn to Harvey. She's like, please go get back in the car. She's going to turn the truck off. I'm guessing their lunch boxes are in here.
they would be empty. Empty
Damn.
or past a point of being spoiled here.
Uh,
You still have plenty of pancakes.
water jug?
We do.
No water.
Okay. Well,
Actually, yes. There would be one of those big orange coolers filled with water, but the water is like hot because it's been out in the Mojave sun for God knows how long. Just
It's still water.
it is still water. It's not drinkable currently because it's been sitting out in 120 degree weather for at least several hours.
so Joe's going to grab one of the water bottles. She's going to go to the one that she knocked out and drag him next to the truck into its shade, putting the keys back into his pocket. She's going to put the water bottle in his hand. Then she's going to grab his Neurocaster. And she's going to kick it as far as she can. I'm willing to all stakes how far it goes.
What are you
Just-
kicking?
The Neurocaster on the guy that he knocked out.
Okay. Yeah, he's
just-
unconscious, so that's fine. Sorry, let's resolve one thing at a time. Yes, that's kicked. Shay, what are you trying to put in?
I was just gonna say, for the sake of the role play, if it's possible, Ashley, I feel like the camera would do that refocus thing of like Ashley kind of approaching Joanne from behind after she's calmed down a little bit, and after she kicked the Neurocaster away after dragging that guy over. She's just gonna say, that guy's dead now anyway, you know that, right?
I know. But we gotta do something. I know it's not gonna work.
There's nothing we could have done. The machine god already got to them.
We don't know that.
That's what happens. That's what happens when they're blissed out. They don't have control of their body. Their minds are gone.
If we
They've already been
fight them, they wouldn't have
enslaved.
done it. God.
Sorry, what was that last thing she said?
Joe just said, "Oh God," real quiet.
It
crying at this point.
It was already too late. And Ashley kind of like puts a hand on her shoulder. You couldn't have done anything. We couldn't have done anything.
We killed 2 of them.
No. Their minds were not connected to their bodies. They're lost in the neuroscape.
There had to be something left.
Their consciousness are probably still stuck in the neuroscape. But their bodies are not healthy enough to survive. Those actions were the results of the machine god turning them against us. Their puppet. This is why I need to fix things. Help me get back to Stillwater. And I might be able to do something about it.
It's not just you that needs to go there.
Harvey's gonna kind of come out and go, I probably should have tried to wake that guy up easier. That was my bad.
It's a difficult thing to do, even if you're aware of how deep they are into the bliss. But what's done is done. We can't change the results now. And I'm currently feeling like shit. So let's gather what supplies we can and get the heck out of here.
During that conversation, July, who is still in the car, had leaned over the front seat, and at some point during the heartfelt, emotional talk, there's just a loud,
You peeked again.
well, during all of that, there's just a loud,
Peeked again.
You keep peeking whenever you get
oh
loud.
my god. There is a loud honk, honk from the car
I just
horn.
thought you were like cursing.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
So it was editing you out.
There's a loud.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And then a shout through the window, come on, guys!
I don't suppose there were any magnum bullets on any of them.
Just casually holding magnum rounds.
Not
You
that
never
I've
know.
found.
You never know.
Okay, let's put those tools in the trunk, and those will be really useful.
Technically, they're already in my trunk.
Junk in the trunk.
I'm just saying, let's note these down. Just out of character. I don't know what you all want to do with the the money, but we got an. Is there? Do we have a?
I don't know what y'all are doing to keep track of your supplies.
I just kind of wrote it down. I can put it up there, but
I have
yeah.
my supplies under my inventory.
Same.
If there's anything you need, you can always open my trunk and ruffle through my trunk.
Ruffle, ruffle.
Stick your hand in.
But are you all just ignoring the honking?
Yes.
Ashley's gonna start heading back, but she's just gonna make sure to pack up all the supplies into the vehicle. And I'll make notes of it too, because I gotta adjust my inventory now. But if we're doing the splitting thing, two people get $27 and two people get 28, I believe.
Well, 27's my lucky number, so.
One bullet left.
One bullet left.
I think this was the first time I actually shot
I'll
a
grab
bullet.
the other
It
27.
is your first shot, yes.
80.
I mean, does anyone else need knives? Because, I mean, technically I did grab a whole knife set.
I'll take a knife.
You can just leave the extra in the car.
So. Well, now we have money for gas.
Quick question. When was the last time we slept?
Well, Ashley's was earlier.
That's true.
So, you guys had the option to sleep back in the lab. Most of you didn't. So, before that,
I did for a couple hours.
yeah, there's been a couple hours. Some people have slept in the car as well. So it's been. You haven't really slept in a while, no.
It's probably going on like 24 hours at this point then.
Yeah.
That's true.
So if we are not near a town or anything,
You are currently on the side of the road in the desert.
yep, I'm gonna drive for a bit until it starts to get a little shadier, and
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Don't jump the gun here on the narrative, okay? So, honking. You all have packed your stuff up. I'm going to ask very important questions so that I'm not assuming what everybody's doing. Joanne moved one body out of the way. Am I to assume that we left the other two corpses on the road?
Ashley will do a respectful thing and drag them all off to the side and just kind of put them in a respectful position.
Okay, these are the important details we need to make sure are established when we murder people. Okay, so you all have gotten in the car. Who's driving?
Ashley will drive.
Ashley will drive. Who's in the front seat? Who's in the back?
Joe will be in the front seat, like normal.
Okay, and July will resume her position in the back, and Harvey, I'm guessing, takes his spot back as well.
Yep. All the way in the back, and I'm going to choose to try to defrag myself on the driveway.
All right. As you all get back onto the road, now that the roadway has been cleared, the road has been fairly empty because this stretch of the Mojave heading into the oh god, I just lost the name of this place. The Black Welt. I wanted to say Black.
Oh wait,
Welt.
I have it.
The Black Welt exclusion zone. You all are continuing.
Oh.
Yeah, I have it. You all are
Oh
continuing.
no, I just wrote Blackwell as well. So
Welt with a T.
cool.
You all are continuing your route towards the Black Welt exclusion zone on the Highway 15 towards Nipton. I do believe we said... What did we say? Baker was the next stop? that you guys could reach?
No, because we
No,
just
you
left
went.
Lone Pine, so it looks like Cartico Warlock? Are you
Cartatoga.
Barlet?
Oh, Cartatoga Olancha. I don't know what Cartatoga Olancha is. So we'll say we'll go past all of that because you probably drove past it already. It's been a couple hours on the highway. California's big, but it's not that big. A couple hours has put some good distance in. So you've probably passed the Inyokern Ridgecrest as well. That's probably where the cafe and stuff would have been. Kramer Junction, Locker. So we'll say you guys were approaching Barstow, which will put you on to the 15 heading towards Nipton. So approaching Barstow is when the gaslight finally turns on. Which is fortunate because this off-ramp that will lead into a small town comes into view. There's a few lights and some noticeable buildings, and you see that it is, Barstow, next exit. There's immediately off to the side of the off-ramp is one of those, we know there's a lot of people who just pass through here, so here's the gas station and a cheap motel across the street. So it does look like there's a nice place to pull off for the night to try and get your vehicle refueled and a place to hunker down for some beds.
Well, that's the plan.
We should get filled up first and then get some beds.
I think we should get some beds first and fill up later.
Why don't we do both at the same time?
Explain to me how to do both at the same time?
Well, we got 4 fucking...
Sleep and fuel.
We got 3 people in the car and 1 robot. Some people could fill gas, the other could be checking in.
All right. I'm gonna put it this way. While our vehicle is very unassuming and nobody's probably gonna touch it because it looks like shit, if someone does happen to try and touch it, they're not gonna get very far if it doesn't have any fuel. We can get it tomorrow when we leave.
July would tap her temple with one hand and point with the other. Smart thinking.
Unlikely, but better to be safe than sorry.
No, it was smart.
But with our luck, there's a chance we'll have to make a speedy exit.
Well, then why don't we just fucking buy a gas can if they have any, fill it up with gas.
I already have a
Just in
gas
case.
can.
Then go fill up the gas can with gas just in case we need to make a speedy exit, but we won't put it in until we need the car.
It's already... I had it just in case we got stranded. We can stop by the gas station tomorrow morning, but I'm fucking tired. And I just got punched in the face. And I am fucking dirty, so I want to take a shower. And I want to sleep.
Okay. To the motel.
One thing at a time, I think.
Is it a motel or a hotel? Holiday Inn.
I think it was a cheap motel.
Okay. Cool.
So that'd be a $20 room. The fancy ones are $50.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you all pull off into Barstow, deciding to go to the one side of the street that has the motel. There are 3 other cars currently pulled in there. They all are looking equally unimpressive and well used, I guess is the right word. Um, when you all pull in, you see that the sign for this place, it's, you know, Barstow Motels. There's nothing fancy about it. The no in the no vacancies is currently out, and the vacancy is blinking to try to attract more people. You see there's a front office with a very bored looking teenager sitting at the desk flipping through a book.
Hey, how many rooms have how many beds?
He looks up from his book and kind of blinks at you, one eye and then the other. Uh, there's king-sized beds and there's 2 queens, depending on whatever you need. Are you renting for the night? What's going
One
on
night.
here? I've got a lot to do. He flips the page.
I can see that. One night then. We'll make this quick.
Is that one room, or and kind of looks at the 4 of you and kind of eyes the robot for a little bit longer. Electric is gonna cost more if he's recharging.
How much more?
Additional 50% on cash up front.
With that, July would go forward and then say, I would like 1 king-sized bed for myself. And smack, I don't know, $20 on the table.
He takes the 20, looks it over. Let's see here, hold on. Yep. He puts it over in the register, reaches over, hands you the key for room 3. Enjoy. Don't make a mess. Mini bar is an additional charge if you get into it.
Can I just pay you now
you are
for
paying?
that?
No.
No, I meant for the minibar.
Incidentals are by usage.
Well, how much does the whole thing cost? I'll just pay you for all of it right now.
Looks her up and down. Says, another 20.
Pops another 20 down.
Cool. Hands you a smaller key, and he says, you have a continental breakfast in the morning. Cleanings come through early morning. Checkouts before 11.
Lit. And she'd start walking to the door.
So I'm pretty decent at being at empathy, so I feel like Ashley's going to be, and seeing that this kid doesn't really want to be bothered. She's. I'm just gonna go. I can see you got better things on your mind, and I respect that. So, how about a quick 25 for a room in the electric?
Well, I said 50%, so that'd be 30.
I can take care of the electric. It's for me.
Well, okay. I mean, I was hoping to make a persuasion roll, but you got it. It's cool. All right, I'll put down 20 for the room then.
All right. He's still waiting for the payment for the electric.
I was gonna say I could put it down in pennies, but no.
You don't have $10 in pennies.
I wish I did. I know. I will actually just drop
If
the
if he
10.
if he does put down just a bunch of change, I'm going to
Yes.
say I'm just going to be like, that's going to take a while. How about just an extra $5?
Yes.
Are you guys paying him for the electric or?
I'm gonna
That's up to
start counting
Harvey.
them out in change.
Sounds
Okay.
like they're trying to haggle.
Ah, damn.
So, one, where have you been keeping $10 in change?
I was assuming that in that money that we just got was a bunch of change.
It wasn't.
It was all bills.
They wouldn't be holding $110 in change.
Well, yes, but I mean, would they be holding some change?
Not $10 worth.
Why would you not have $10 worth of change?
I'm gonna assume that you're paying him for the electric.
Yes.
Okay. All right. He hands you. I'm assuming Ashley and Joanne are paying for twins, or
Yep.
pair of
Oh,
beds.
it means
Yeah.
Okay. He says room 4. He hands you the keys. Minibar is an additional charge. Continental breakfast in the morning. Cleaning comes by in the mornings as well. Check out by 11. Have a good night.
you too.
He's already back at his book that he's reading. July has gone off to go check out her room, but all the same, when you all enter your rooms, because this is a cheap motel, it is very much like going into one of the cheap roadside motels that you may have experienced in your life. It's got very basic floors, simple linens that probably have been cleaned recently, cheap 90s wallpaper that's peeling in certain corners. There may or may not be some roaches scurrying about once the lights come on. There is a TV with the antennas. The bed that is the queen or the king size bed has one of those coin operated vibrating features on it. The mini bar is stocked with little bottles of alcohol, bottles of water, and various refrigerated snacks that July has already paid for. There is a bathroom with a worn down looking sink and a toilet and a shower that does not have curtains on them.
Are the two rooms conjoining?
They are next to each other, but there is no door conjoining the two of them. They are separated.
Okay. I know some cheap hotels have that.
Yeah, no, that's kind of a danger when it's, a roadside motel. You don't want people getting into your shit.
July does not care about about dirtiness or anything, as long as it has a bed. She immediately starts undressing to go head towards the shower, not caring that it has a no shower curtain. And on the way grabs a bottle, like one of those small bottles of liquor as she goes to shower.
Okay.
And will be drinking for the rest of the night until she falls asleep.
Ashley will search the rooms, make sure everything's clear or there's nothing hidden, and then take her shower and then probably go to bed.
Joanne?
Joe's probably going to starfish on the bed while does checking for the then does her shower, then she'll have a shower afterwards.
All right. And Harvey, anything you're doing?
I'm going to plug myself in, and I'm going to go through all my stuff and try to defrag my hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure we haven't slept in a good while.
You have not, no.
So I also need to kind of even myself out and look for unneeded files.
Mm. Okay. So then the closing scene will be an outward shot of the motel, and pulling into the motel is an unmarked black SUV. It comes in, the lights out, and pulls in very far away from where your camper had been situated. Um, from within, a woman steps out and adjusts a pair of gloves, and she is in a pristine pressed black suit, the red shirt and tie, and she looks in the mirror and adjusts her makeup and a bit of a smile and starts to walk towards the office. After a moment, she steps back out, makes for where room number 4 is, and Joanne, being the one who is laid out on the bed while Ashley is in the shower, there's a light knock at the door, and you have a window that looks out onto the hallway itself, and there's also the peephole that will show whoever is directly in front of the door. But a knock comes, and then a few moments later, before you even have a chance to get up, it comes again, a little more insistent.
Joe's gonna stand up. She's just gonna grab her axe from the bag, check the people.
At the peephole, you see that there is a white-haired woman, a wide smile on her face, and she says, "Hello, dear. Is Joanne there? I would love to talk to her." And that's where we'll stop for the night.
Damn it.
Awesome.
All right. I think this deserves a level up. Because you all
Yay.
did.
Hooray!
It's been a little while, and you all actually got some stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Yeah. So, leveling up. Leveling up. Leveling
Yes, you're gonna have to remind me.
Leveling up.
Leveling up. Leveling up. All right. So, debriefing, you basically tell us what you think they accomplished, that if it matches their dreams or flaw, I have the final say in it. You can choose one of the 4 attributes that best represents what you feel you have learned during the session about yourself, another traveler, or the world. Then you'll roll 1 dice. If the result is higher than the current score, the attribute is increased by 1 step. Attribute increases can also increase your maximum health or hope score, blah, 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 blah. The roll is equal to or lower than the attribute rating. You instead gain a new talent. You can choose any talent listed 56 or create a new one, but you must justify how you learned it based on something that happened in the game. So we'll go in order, one at a time, please. Who thinks they did some good stuff that warrants a little bit of leveling?
I have an idea.
All right.
So I do think I followed. I mean, just kind of just based off of the last thing with her getting her own room and buying out the bar and stuff. The whole junkie thing, anything to get that instant high, even if it's drinking. But the one that I was gonna level up would have been strength, because that's what I used today, I think. Let me see. Or was it agility?
You used agility for your when you shot.
Okay, well then I will roll for that. What do I roll again?
A D6.
Just a d6?
And you have
Okay.
to get higher than your current score. If it
My
matches
current score
or
is 5.
if it matches or lower, then you don't increase it, and you will pick an attribute or a talent, or take
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
What'd you get?
6, which is the one I needed to level it up, so...
So there you go. Your agility increases by 6. If it increases your
Oh,
health as well, then or not by 6 to 6.
yeah. Um,
If it increases
how
your
do I...
health, make a note of that as well.
No, I think it's the same. Because I was originally 6 and 5. My health was 6, so now 6 and 6 is still 6.
Well, you would have, if it was 6 and 5 divided by 2, it would be less. But if it's 6 and 6, making an even number, it would be higher.
Oh, you round up on halves.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Yeah.
Rounding up is weird. Okay, why wouldn't you round down?
Cool, cool. Well, yeah. That's me. I was wishing I could have taken a talent. It's okay.
I mean, you can.
I
Yeah,
had one
whatever.
already picked out. It's okay. No, we're good. I said I was gonna roll for strength anyways.
All right, who's next?
Well, haven't really been doing what Ashley's particularly good at because she's been fucking defending herself physically a lot of the time. So I feel like that's been her most of the time. I would probably go with strength or agility, probably leaning towards strength. And I would say she has been trying to protect people, but has been failing miserably. But that does kind of coincide with her dream. And I guess technically her flaw too.
Okay.
Well, I guess I will go. I'm gonna try for empathy.
I
'Cause
guess
I,
that's a talent.
So that's a talent. What talent are you looking at?
Oh boy, I feel like at this point it's probably gonna be martial arts
Okay.
because she's been trying to defend herself a lot.
Feels warranted. There's a background of martial arts with her. Okay. Alrighty, who's next?
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
Um, I mean, I did kind of try to learn something. I did record Ashley's song for her in the last game as well. So I mean, I think that's more empathy.
Yeah, that's all valid. Okay.
I did throw away the cigarettes, so I did make the world a better place.
That's debatable depending on if anybody's a smoker.
Or if someone randomly decides to light a fire in that part of the road.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So
That's
yeah,
fair.
I think that's a good choice though. You have some justifiable reasons for improving.
So yeah, I get to roll. I guess a 2, considering my empathy is 2. That's how this works, or we're just throwing a d6, right?
You roll a
Yeah,
d6
it's a
and you're trying to
d6.
get higher than your current score.
Hey, my empathy finally went up.
Was
Woohoo!
your empathy a 3?
No, my empathy was a 2.
Oh, okay. Well, perfect. You went up.
Does it go up
It
to?
goes up to 3.
Hey, all right then.
All right.
Cool. I'm a real boy. I care a little more about people.
Yep. Joanna's last.
So, thinking. Because her dream is that she feels pulled her turn to Stillwater. Flaw is she has memories of other loops.
Real quick, am I good to head out and
Yeah,
take
you
the
can-
dog on a walk?
Yep, you can
Okay.
go ahead because we're done once Dougler's finished.
All right. Well, bye guys on Twitch. I love you. See you next time.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
So, Jo did defend herself so she could continue on her way. I don't know if that would count towards her dream because she's feeling pulled. She wants to go there. And she would also try to convince Kay not to leave us.
Yeah.
She felt that she's important to get Stillwater with.
True enough.
And memories of the other loops didn't really come up yet. At least not the last two sessions. This will just come up next session, though.
Good. Might. Who knows? So what are we rolling?
I'm thinking strength.
All right.
D6. 2. That is under my strength.
All right. So you get a talent then.
Yep. And I might have to get back to you on those ones.
All right. That's fine. You don't have to have it ready today. Alrighty, well, then it sounds like we're all done for the night. Great session, everybody. Glad to be back. We will be missing Kay next week, and I feel like where I wanted us to be, I really don't want everybody missing, but she is in another room, so maybe I can keep this contained to just the motel and she sleeps through it, but who knows? I feel like missing out on a definitely not scary individual would suck. So we'll figure out what to do next week. Worst case scenario, we'll just meet again in 2 weeks. But either way, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you had a great time, and we will see you next time. Let me see if there's anybody worth rating. Twitch. Anybody I care about rating? Let's see. No, not really.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Nerd on.
Is it spelled how it sounds?
Yep.
Nerd on. Has follower or subscriber only chat. Well, that's fine. Well, there we go. They can go over and enjoy Nerd On.